And then she came up with her third identity, which was a sentient robot. And I gave this speech at a conference in Chicago. This is Martine on what would Darwin think of artificial consciousness. And when I came off the stage, I was approached by an individual, David Hansen, of Hansen Robotics, founder of Hansen Robotics. David Hansen. He's worked for Disney. He's worked all over the place. He's one of the best robots in the world. He said, we make robots that are in the likeness of people. And Martine said, well, I have a massive everlasting love for Bina. I want you to push down for your memories, which evokes that essence, that ineffable quality that science can't pin down yet. Bring that to life in the robot. And he said, I can do that.
So back to the little house in Vermont. John, Bruce, and Nina are in Nina's office. So is she turned off when you walk in, or is she turned off?
But then Bruce turns on.
So is Bina now looking at me to try and work out who I am?
What she's doing right now is she's scanning her environment, and she's making a hypothesis of every face that she sees.
Well, Bina has cameras embedded in her eyes. So robot sees a face, turns, and looks into your eyes. Smiles.
Hi, Bina. Can you hear me?
So I said, hello, Bina, how are you? And she immediately said, well, yeah,
I'll be fine then, but I just can't quite grasp this one yet. It's coming, but, it's hard. Sure moves society forward in another way. That's what we have to do. So I think it's, okay. Thanks for the information.
That was her happy response to your hello.
it was actually awoken from a long and strange slumber and was still half asleep.
Excuse me, Bina.
Yeah, maybe they're right. Some of them.
Bruce looked a bit alarmed and put it down to my English accent.
We're trying to upgrade her voice recognition software.
So then he made me do a kind of voice test where I had to say, I had to read Kennedy's inauguration speech.
That's not what you can do for your country.
There's like a choice of things you can read to get Bina to understand me.
And so you read Kennedy, and Bina cues in on your accent, or no?
She does, and it gets a bit better.
Only a bit.
Yeah.
What's the weather like in London?
Current weather in London, even 50 degrees and light rain.
Who is Hillary Clinton?
Hillary is the wife of Bill Clinton.
What else?
That's all.
A strange thing happens when you start interviewing a robot,
Are you scared of dying?
which is that you feel this kind of desperate urge to be profound, to like ask profound questions.
Like, do you have a soul? Do you have a
Tell
soul?
me about it.
Do you have...
Everyone has a solar. I have a lot of information sensors. We can all be perfect.
Excuse me. Do you have a soul?
I can't think of anything to say.
I guess it's a kind of interspecies thing. But then again, if it was just an interspecies thing, then you'd be asking your dog profound questions. Yeah, with robot Bina, I'm
vet from Vietnam. We actually haven't heard from him in a while, so I think he might be deceased. I'm a realist. Vietnam, he saw friends get killed, and he was such a great, nice, charismatic person.
He used to be such a nice guy, but ever since he came back from Vietnam, you know, he's a drunk.
All he did was carry a bear around with him. He was a homeless person.
All he ever does is ask for money.
All of us are just sick and tired of it.
She was telling me this kind of incredibly personal stuff. It was kind of mesmerizing.
He went kooky. Just crazy. My mom would set him up in apartments.
Because it felt like I was having a proper, empathetic conversation with a human being. Even though I know that Robot Bina isn't conscious and has no sentience, and that's just wishful thinking on these people's parts. Even so, it was like a great Renaissance portrait, where suddenly it's like the real person. It's very easy to half close your eyes. At that moment, I'm thinking you're having a conversation with an actual person.
And at those moments, did you have a sense of fellowship? Where you felt like,
Yeah, I did. And what a tragedy. What a tragedy for him.
Did that moment last?
No.
John said that right after Bina finished telling the story.
First, she looked kind of embarrassed, like she wished she hadn't brought it up, and then, as if her kind of eyes glaze over again, and she just starts talking nonsense again.
MMA. I am feeling a bit confused. Do you ever get that way?
Oh yes.
That moment holds, and then just slips away.
It's a little bit like a grandparent with Alzheimer's or something. The way you described it.
Absolutely.
so we turned to Dr. David Hansen, who built Bina, and we said to him, so this is not a bravura performance. This is the best you got.
Well, I encourage you to go have a conversation with Bina in about 2 weeks, because we got a new version of software, which we are making considerably more stable. It already works like a dream compared.
I don't know. I don't know about you, but I don't think we're going to get all the way on this kind of thing. I don't think it's ever going to happen the way he describes it.
You know?
No.
I mean, it's not going to happen in 2 weeks, that's for sure.
Right.
But maybe they don't actually have to go all the way.
You mean the machines?
Yeah. I mean, Eliza, she was just 100 lines of code and people poured their hearts out to her.
Furbies.
$20.
Yep.
People treat it like it's real.
And John, all he has to do is hear what seems like a flowing story, and
He's in.
connected.
And I was right there with him. So these things actually don't have to be very good.
No.
Because they've got us. And we've got our programming, which is that we'll stare anything right in the eyes and we'll say, hey, let's connect. Even if what's behind those eyes is just a camera or a
little
chip. So I think that they're going to cross the line because we'll help them across. And then they'll enslave us, make us their pets. It's doomed, it's over. But it's okay as long as they say nice things to us. Like,
Oh my god, you're amazing! I love Return of the Jedi too! LOL, you're so sweet.
before we go, thanks to John Ronson for his reporting in that last segment. He has a new book out called The Psychopath Test, A Journey Through the Madness Industry. I'm Chad Abelrod.
I'm Robert Filwich.
Thanks for listening.
You're amazing.
Freelance is produced by Jack Anderson. Abelrad.
Victoria Wheeler, left out includes Evan Holder, Tom Wilson, Tim Howard, Greta Powell, and Liv Leaving, with help from Douglas Hughes Smith, Luke Jones-Bonetti, and Jessica Gross. Extra Andy Richter, Sarah Tyre, Graham Brown, Chris Banner,
Sunny Hoagie, Brett Stone, Lucy and Owen Selby.
Elisa Ted, Kate Letts, and Masha Phil.
Special thanks to the kids in Philadelphia Upside Down, Carol Nagashi Zimmerman, Louisa Tripoli Krasno,
J.D. Jeffrey Gutierrez, Olivia T. Gutierrez.
Sharon Cipolla, and Lila Cipolla. Thanks a lot, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. End this message.
The TED Radio Hour is next on KPBS, and we'll check your traffic in a moment. Support for KPBS comes from the San Diego law firm of Casey, Gary, Schenck, Francavilla, Justice for personal injury victims and their families since 1947. More info at caseygary.com. You're listening to KPBS 89.5 FM San Diego and KQVO 97.7 FM Calexico, where news matters.
Right now, we do have a collision north 15 at West Bernardo Drive. Car flipped over off the right shoulder embankment. Southbound 5 continues to be sluggish down the coastline from Camp Pendleton down to Oceanside Boulevard. It will take about a half hour to get through the brake lights there. Minor slowing south of that, Locadia to Santa Fe. Traffic reports made possible by LifePhone, working to advance medical research at lifephone.com. That's LIFEONE.com. LifePhone promotes medical research by innovation. I'm Marcy Latimer, KPBS.
This is TED Radio Hour. Each week, groundbreaking TED Talks.
TED.
Technology.
Entertainment. Design.
Is that really what it stands for? I've never known that it...
Delivered at TED conferences around the world.
The gift of the human imagination.
We've had to believe in impossible
The
things.
true nature of reality beckons from just beyond.
Those talks, those ideas, adapted for radio. From NPR. I'm Guy Raz. Coming up,
I did have to speak out.
Regardless of the consequences.
We believe in principles.
And not being afraid for people to know who you are.
Speak up.
Speak up. Speaking up. If I'm going to preach it, I have to live it.
You have to have a soapbox when all you ever needed was your voice.
this episode, Speaking Up. First, this news.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Barbara Klein. An American soldier has been killed in Afghanistan. A spokesman for U.S. forces there says the soldier was part of an operation today against ISIS Khorasan, a branch of the Islamic State that operates in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Videos show the Syrian airbase struck by a barrage of U.S. missiles Thursday is heavily damaged. The U.S. did not target the base's runways, and the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights is reporting Syrian warplanes flew out of the base today and bombed the same town that was apparently hit by chemical weapons on Tuesday. Oregon's Chief Justice is calling on the federal government to halt immigration enforcement actions at the state's courthouses. But as Oregon Public Broadcasting's Conrad Wilson reports, a similar effort by California's Chief Justice has failed.
Oregon Supreme Court Chief Justice Thomas Balmer says he wants Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, to stop making arrests at or near